Awesome. We are live. Hey guys, Hurricane Liz here, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Kevin, the man, the myth, the legend. We really get you on here, Kevin. It's because you're selling all the heat lamps in Northern California. You're
I
the
know.
biggest lamp distributor in Northern California now.
I had to take a quick break from. I actually just sold some this morning, so it's freezing out here. It's not Miami.
It's crazy. Miami is cold. Like, let me know
Yeah.
everything that's on this. Let me know where you're at in the world. But I can tell you one thing: Miami, for the first time ever, it's cold. Like, I needed a jacket. I needed a jacket and a sweater to go out, Kevin, and I don't even own one. So I kind of was like scrapping, trying to scrap by. Had to buy a jacket. Had to buy a sweater. I don't own either. So unfortunately, Miami has now joined the rest of the world as being very cold. So what temperature is it in San Francisco before we get this started up?
It's like 50 right now, but it gets pretty chilly at night.
That's about the temperature in Miami too. So it's kind of crazy that it's that cold in Miami. And as a result, if you guys listened on one of the previous episodes and stocked up on those heating lamps, I see them all over the place at restaurants. And I'll say this much, Kevin, just as I predicted, there is a shortage of them in Miami. The other day ago, I was at an actual 5-star restaurant. I was at the Satai, and there was a shortage of heating lamps at
Gee,
possibly one of the best restaurants in Miami. It's a shortage.
crazy.
So it's a shame. It's a shame. They should actually buy those from some of you guys if you were smart enough to actually cop those babies. So I'm super fired up about that simple fact that all these products that we do call out, they sell. And Kevin is a living legend now at the heat lamps. He's got the Bowflex King title, and now he's like the heat lamp. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something by the end of it. I couldn't come up with it on the fly, but I'll think of something in my head as we're moving on to the rest of the stuff. So exciting times. I'll tell you what, even more exciting. I'm going to share my actual presentation that I got here. And as I share it, both Kevin and I will be here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully everything works out and you guys can see it. Let's see. Awesome. You should be able to see my screen now. Does everything look good, Kevin, on your end?
Yep, perfect.
Fantastic. So what we're going to talk about today, exciting topic, maybe not so exciting. Obviously, I don't like to deliver news like this. It hurts my heart just as much as it hurts yours. It's unfortunate what's happening out in the world, but we can do one of two things. We can either just sit down and take it, or number two, we can look at the opportunities that become available to us. It's kind of really similar to like when you have a death in the family. While it's an unfortunate thing, and obviously we would rather have our relative around, a lot of times there's two different paths you can take. You can take the path of feeling sorry for yourself, feeling bad about the situation, getting all sorts of anxiety, getting all sorts of panic attacks and things of that nature. And trust me, I've been there. I know all about that. Or you can look at the good about it. And I'm not saying that it's good at all. I'm saying you can just take some lessons that you learn from it and use them in a positive manner. And that's what's happening right at this very moment. It looks like we are headed to a lockdown 2.0. I can say for one thing, today in Miami, they just implemented another curfew. So the curfew here is now midnight, which is nothing in comparison to where it is at a lot of parts of the world. Kevin, tell us how the curfew is in California. And in fact, kind of tell us about how it's been for you, because as I had this conversation with you earlier, I was telling you about the simple fact that here in Miami, everything's pretty much open. Bars, places to have drinks, strip clubs, everything that you can imagine is just popping off in Miami. Like, it's kind of nuts. And it's never actually slowed down in Miami. And there's people from all over the country visiting Miami. You go to South Beach and it's packed. The beaches are lined up with people. And it's kind of like the party never stopped. But as a result, obviously now it's causing a lockdown 2.0, but it's been quite different in California. And I think it's important that we actually cover this topic, because this topic is going to have a long-lasting effect on any business that you're running right now during coronavirus. So it can have a dramatic impact on your sales. I'll talk a little bit about one of my friends who used COVID 1.0 as a way to make $1 million in a single day. But Kevin, how is it affecting North California or even the whole entire state of California? Because you're on the entire other side of the country from me.
Yeah, so I mean, Northern California specifically. Well, I actually live in San Francisco proper. So SF, we never really had like an opening in the sense that you couldn't dine in restaurants. There was like a short period of maybe a few weeks that you were able to dine in. Right now, it's getting as bad as they're not even allowing outdoor dining, and a lot of restaurants are fighting back. So even if you built out like an outdoor patio deck space for patrons to use, they're not even allowing that for like, I think the next couple of weeks. So it's getting pretty serious out there. Obviously, my opinion is safety is always first. COVID is definitely not a joke. So I think everyone should just demonstrate some restraint, just proper caution when it comes to this, because how it's going to affect business. People are still buying heat lamps. And so I was actually selling heat lamps to actual restaurants, as you mentioned, but now I see a lot of local, just like households wanting heat lamps too, in case it's just to put outside. If in case someone wants to come over, they can have like an outdoor heated space for them to be outdoors and to be safe in that sense. So yeah, it's COVID is the second wave is definitely here.
Yeah, I was actually at a good friend of mine's birthday celebration, which consisted of me, him, and one other person the other day ago. And the other person that was there is actually a stylist to the rappers. It was a stylist for the game, T.I., and she named off her entire list of clients. It was quite extensive list of clients. And she was telling me, she's from Atlanta, and she was telling me that in Atlanta, it's almost a joke to wear a mask. So it's kind of alarming how other parts of the country are actually handling this. In Miami, you do see a pretty much constant wave of masks. I wear my mask anywhere. Doesn't matter where I go, other than if I'm sitting down and eating and or drinking. We know I do a lot of that, but I can't understand why people aren't wearing their masks. But I mean, here is, with all that being said, we know what's going on. How do we capitalize upon this? And like I said, I hate to say that we're capitalizing upon it, but really there's two ways of taking it, either the good way or the bad way. I choose to take it as an opportunity. And if you choose to take it too, then you can actually make some money. So let's talk about what the opportunity that we have. We're going to see a lot of very familiar faces that we saw during COVID 1.0. And here are the familiar faces. If you guys were not at that time in the resale game, I can tell you for a fact, these are the things that are going to pop off come 2.0 lockdown without a doubt. And one of them leading the charge is consoles. So let's talk a little bit about consoles. Kevin, how well did you sell consoles during COVID 1.0? And talk about the actual consoles that you did sell.
Yeah, so consoles, I had actually had purchased multiple PS5s. So I got pretty lucky listing them on eBay, running the ads. If you guys are in our course, we're actually showing you guys how to actually run sponsored promoted listings. Right now, since getting super close to Christmas, I actually had a mom actually buy the PS5 from me, message me her cell phone number and saying, hey, I'd like to get this ASAP. Do you mind if, you send this out? She says, text me. And I texted her. She says, I'll pay you extra if you can expedite the shipping. She actually paid me an extra $50 to ship it out super quickly. So PS5s, if you guys were in our group from the start, we posted it very early that this was going to be a hot item when we actually posted the pre-order links to Amazon. So I think you're still making a decent amount of profit even past Christmas, but right now it's super hot. You can easily upcharge it to make a cool $500 per transaction.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk about a couple other consoles that I sold extremely well during COVID. One of them was the Nintendo Switch, which I haven't actually had as much luck right now. So remember, as always, you're protected. If you don't sell something, you could very easily return it. And if not, you could take a gamble on it and hope that if the COVID 2.0 lockdown is set in place, I can tell you without a doubt that Switches, PS5s, Xbox, the new ones, they're going to be all out. And in fact, Xbox and PS5 announced that they will be out until April 2020. So what that means is that people are going to get money for Christmas, and they're going to be ready to spend that money on consoles because they got to entertain their kids. They got to entertain themselves. They got to entertain a lot of things because they're going to have a ton of time on their hands sitting at home, twiddling their thumbs and worrying about the state of the world. So as well as consoles, there's games. What I mean by games is there was a bunch of special edition Monopolies before that actually sold really well. So look out for games that sell out because, again, people are going to have to occupy their time with a lot of things to do. Shoes, as always, shoes have never stopped. And Nike has got a hell of a lineup planned. So if you guys do not have the sneakers app, get the sneakers app. It doesn't hurt you to be on there for 5 minutes a day, even less minutes a day, and try and actually cop some shoes. And Kevin's going to talk a little bit later about a pair that he actually copped today that is selling extremely well. Also webcams. So I've sold a lot of webcams. Kevin has sold a lot of webcams. He just sold some webcams again. So we are seeing the resurgence of webcams because once again, people are going to be on conferences just like you and I are on video right now. They're going to want to be talking to people. They're going to want to be having Zoom cocktail hours. They're going to be wanting to have all crazy sorts of crap that we don't usually have. We get to meet with people in person, right? That's not going to happen. And then lastly, weights. Now, the gyms are all open in my area. Like I go to the gym every morning, and Kevin was kind of like, wow, like, are you serious? You go every morning? How do you guys do that? You got to wear a mask in there. But I don't know. I go to Orange Theory, and the crazy thing about it is it seems like at every class it's getting more and more full. So I don't know at what point they're going to actually cut that, and it's going to get lesser and lesser like it was in the past. Like in the past, there was only about 6 to 10 people in each class. I think today when I was there was at least 25 people. And so as a result, weights, which have never stopped selling well. I'm going to show you guys a couple of screenshots for members that have actually recently sold weights for as much as $550 a set. Now remember, these things are only costing $325 on Amazon, but you're going to see these weights that people have recently sold. I think those are going to pop off. And Kevin, have you actually seen any weights recently? Because I know that for a while they weren't coming out, but as soon as they came out, again, they all sold out.
Yeah, I think there was a period of time, I think it was last week, when I saw a couple of Bowflexes pop up. There's been a resurgence of power blocks. They've been reappearing. But you know, they come and they go fast. So you just gotta be, you know, on the dot. So I'm not really sure what their schedule is for releasing, but every once in a while you'll see a flurry of them, but they're gone super quick.
Yeah, so keep an eye out on weights. Now, let's talk about another important thing, which is what's going to be hot after Christmas. And again, those of you guys that were here last time around for COVID 1.0, here's what we saw that's red hot. And you're going to be like, wow, this is because I don't imagine public pools are going to be open for quite some time. I really don't. So any type of swimming pools, any type of ice chest, anything at all that keeps people entertained. And then most importantly, this particular item, if you have the ability to go locally shopping at a store like Walmart, pool filters. I saw people make upwards of $50,000 in a single month selling nothing but pool filters. Do you remember those good old times, Kevin?
Yeah, absolutely. I was shocked back then. I'm still shocked.
Yeah, I'm still shocked. I can't fathom somebody selling $50,000 worth of pool filters that they cop locally at Walmarts, Targets. And I guess those are the two big stores that they cop the pool filters at. But keep an eye out on the pool filters. And these are the things that will sell well coming into spring because of the fact that we still have to imagine people are trapped in their homes. So be constantly thinking about what are people going to do at their house when it's hot, right? How are they going to entertain the kids? So you'll see water guns, the big Nerf guns. You'll see anything water related that's big, that costs money. People will be spending money on it, and people will be trying to get it in the secondary market. So, all right. Before we get into recent sales, let's see if there's any comments. Let's see what kind of comments we have going on. Let's see what we got. I'm going to switch this back over so you can see our fro action here. Kevin and I both are rocking some pretty mean fros today. Telling you.
Absolutely. I got to wear this hat. Haven't been able to get a haircut.
Yeah, me either. What's up? The analyst, South Cal, and it's nippy, he says over there. What's up, Fabiana? What's up, Barbie? The heat lamp. Oh, the heat lamp. All right, you want to see what the heat lamp looks like? We'll try to pull a picture here for you in a minute. It's kind of one of those like outdoor heating lamps. It's actually massive. I've seen some massive ones out there. Jody says she's in Michigan and restaurants and bars are still closed. So that's pretty crazy. The analysts, a lot of restaurants have nothing to lose if they are going under anyway. That's a very good point. And I think that was a big point that a lot of people were making about the state of California, that there's a lot of local businesses that are complaining about that fact that they are going to go under because of all that's happening. So I speak of LA and OC counties. Yep. Chris, what's up? It's time for health scores to matter anyway. You're lucky you didn't get caught for selling off eBay. They're strict about that. They're not really strict on I don't know if they're strict at all. I mean, Craigslist, you could sell pretty easily on Craigslist, the heat lamps, if that's what you're referring to. On my research, the guy said not to talk outside of eBay. Yeah, I don't think anything. Yeah, I have seen Barbie points out scammers have been tried to take transactions. After a while, you see everything on eBay. I've seen some pretty blatant scams out there. So you have to be careful. I've seen some people trying to advertise a PS5 for $500. And we all know that that's impossible and that's never going to happen. So you got to be really careful. Some of the people that have actually got hit ups from Craigslist on the PS5s have asked for us to put the date and their name with the post-it next to the PS5. I guess too many people pretending like they have them and they don't. Let's see what else we see. What is the exact process of buying and selling pool filters for $50,000 a month? It's just called hustle. Like I guess the guy had a couple plugs at Walmart's and just went to every possible Walmart he could go. Fabiano says, I got some brand new Hollister shirts still wrapped. How can I tell if there's demand? Check eBay. eBay ended and completed sales and see what sold. Yeah, that's some crazy sale. I agree with you. The 50,000 in pool filters is pretty crazy. So, all right, let's go and take a look at my not so crazy sales. And let me go switch back over to that. I kind of already got everybody's questions and comments on there. So I'm going to go to my not so crazy sales. All right, so I'm still sharing the screen so you guys should be able to see this. All right, here we are. Here's what I've sold. And I'm going to talk about individual items and then we'll also ask Kevin what he sold. As you guys know, Kevin usually does his sales locally. So he's a master of Craigslist. He's a master of Facebook Marketplace. I'm too lazy to get out there, especially with 50-degree weather. I'd rather just stay in the comfort of my own home, unless I'm going to have a drink. If I'm going to have a drink, that's a whole other story. You'll see me get dressed up. You'll see me bundle up. You'll see me do all that. But if there's no tequila at the end of the tunnel, I'm probably just going to stay at home. So, all right. $5,673 in sales so far. Not too many sales, to be honest. That's because I have not sold a single console. I'm priced pretty high. I'm not really caring if they sell too quickly. I'm looking at this week, it's going to pick up, and it has picked up for me with these yokes. So I sold about 5 of these and 3 of those. So I sold, I want to say 8 altogether of those. And here's a couple other things that I sold. Kanto Powers. And I will say this, Pokemon cards. My God, I love them. Like I just... Pika. I love that little yellow guy. I'm telling you guys, if I make another $1 million in Pikachu, I am tattooing that little mofo somewhere on my body. I don't give a shit if people are like, that's a tramp stamp, that's immature. I think $2 million is worthy of a tattoo. I don't know what you guys think, but I love that little yellow guy. And it's for a reason. These Kanto Power things, I told Kevin about them. He was like, what? And what it is it's an actual box set of 10 Evolutions XY Pokemon cards. I put these up within a minute. They all sold. All of them, every single one.
It's crazy.
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. So
crazy.
Almost $500 in profit on this one. And it was pretty crazy. I got these. I got some kind of Black Friday sale. I can't even remember. And instantly, as soon as they were listed, just gone. So keep an eye out for anything Pokemon. Right now, I've got a lot of ETB, which is the Elite Trainer boxes with the Charizard, the black ones. I'm not exactly sure which ones they're called, but I'm stocking up on those. And I've got a lot of other things that I'm stocking up of. I will be working on the Pokemon channel this week. So look for that to start popping off. There's deals in the Pokemon channel in Europe, in the USA, in Canada, all over the world. I'm going to be posting as much as I can in there. And I'm going to be almost strictly going 100% Pokemon after Christmas and whatever else that I have. I still got some pools from last year and I don't care. I'm going almost 100% Pokemon. I told this to Kevin. I am all in on Pikachu. I want that tramp stamp of a Pikachu tattoo somewhere on my body. I don't care. I'm serious. We're going for it. We're going for Pika. So, all right, here's what I sold on StockX. So if you got local Marshall, Ross, go out to these places. These things were sitting there for weeks. Nobody wanted to pick them up. I kind of analyzed why I picked these up in one of my shoe videos. Nobody else wanted them. I took them and look, within a month, all sold for about $25 profit each. So I'm not going to scoff at $125. That's going to buy me a night out of drinks, something like that, a dinner, something. It's going to pay for something, and it's a quick and easy flip, especially on StockX. And then on top of that, here's what I've copped. Kevin, you want to, before I talk about what I've copped this week, do you want to talk about what you've actually sold? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So actually this morning, I just sold a heater. I'm actually down to my last heater. I have a couple of more ordered. Just later, like earlier this week, our Discord channel just hit us up for more heater availabilities, but I'm actually have one left, but I'm selling these heaters locally. And I sold it for $325. Bought for about 150 ish. with tax and everything. So there are good margins to be made, right? I actually have a bunch of like limited edition hats I had left. You could probably see in the back of my messy hanger over there. Some of those hats, I sold one this morning as well. Just shipped it out. You're making about anywhere from $50 to $60 on these new era limited edition hats. So webcams, I've actually sold 3 webcams this week alone. So that resurgence is real, guys.
Yeah, and especially you're in California, so people are already listening to what the government tells them, and they're kind of locking down. And
Yeah.
as your city, state, country, wherever you're at, gets on lockdown, I think the resurgence of webcams is imminent. It's going to happen 100%. Already happening in Northern California, I'm assuming in Southern California, and pretty soon the rest of the nation as we go on lockdown 2.0, which I think is going to happen 100%. I think there was a record number of cases in the US on coronavirus a couple days ago, if not maybe yesterday. I'm not sure. I can't recall when I read that. And so, yes, surprisingly, I do read people. I can read pretty well. I don't just watch video. So, all right, what have I copped this week? Well, I haven't copped a lot because of the fact that we're in the thick of things. Things are happening. I haven't gotten lucky on a lot of shoe drops. I will talk about the shoe drops that I went for here in a second. I have copped another PS5, bringing my total, I want to say it's 6. I got to go over there and count. I still got 6 sitting there. We'll see what happens. I still got some Switches. I still got some Xboxes. So I imagine that this week they're going to actually blow up, and I'm going to sell all of them. So it's going to be a huge week, I imagine. Let's talk about what else I tried to cop, and then we'll talk about what Kevin copped. I went for these, Kevin, and I think I told you I was hot and heavy for these. I know I told everybody, do not get higher in your own supply, but what did I tell you when I saw these babies?
You said these were heat. I think you were going to rock these, right?
I was going to rock them. I was like ready to go. I was ready in line. Jay Bobbin, loved the guy. I've actually met him at Brickell City Center, and he was one of the dopest ass motherfuckers I've ever met. So as a result, I was definitely going to rock these. And I got a big fat L. So big fat L. I'm going to have to pay the top dollar for these on the secondary market. But guys, try and use this as a lesson. Do not get high on your own supply. Even I'm doing it. It was said in Scarface, and what happened at the end of Tony Montana when he got shot up in his mansion, his face stuck in the mound of cocaine that he had on his actual desk. Don't get high on your own supply. That kind of crap can really happen. But I was still going to rock these. So anytime, the whole point of this actual slide is anytime a famous person puts their name and collabs with something like Nike or recently Crocs, so we're going to talk about Crocs in a second, it's almost always a must cop. I mean, Justin Bieber Crocs, Bad Bunny Crocs, these sneakers. Who else have we had this year that's collabed with a big name, a big celebrity?
For Crocs, well, I think Post Malone.
Post Malone, yeah. Anybody else you can think of?
There's
starting to happen.
Singers that had a collaboration. Yeah. I don't really know them, but
it's kind of recent. Like before, it was just brands collabing. Now it's sort of like celebrities are collabing with brands, and then they're just doing drops. It's kind of like Supreme style, you know? So
right.
Yeah, anytime you see that, it's a must cop. So these J Balvin shoes, these have Miami all over them. I'm going to buy these. I'm going to pay for them. I'm going to show them to you guys next time. I'm going to rock them. So don't get high on your own supply. That's the lesson of this slide. All right, Kevin, let's talk about what you copped this week, because this is super exciting. We talked about these. I was like, are these basketball shoes? But no, tell everyone what these are and how you copped them and why they should be potentially maybe looking out for some more, or if there's going to be any more of these available.
Yeah, so these are actually Jordan 5 golf shoes. So they're labeled out there, the Jordan 5s. These are, I mean, I actually bought these this morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So there's still some sizes left, but all the good sizes, all like the men's like 8 to like basically like 10 and a half, 11 are basically gone. But these shoes, I mean, if as a personal cop, if you're just going to rock them, they're pretty fresh on the course. But you can probably sell them right now immediately, maybe about $285 to $300. So you're making 30, 40 bucks right there. But then I think these, if you're just holding on to them, for maybe 6 months, like these will fetch probably like $350. So I actually have a number of Jordan golf shoes. They all eventually have resell. So I got the fours, I got the 11s, and now the fives. Like these are definitely have resale value, and they're just dope shoes in general.
Yeah, these are pretty nice. I mean, anything golf, usually a lot of the golf shoes sell extremely well. I've been fortunate enough to find some in Ross. I think I showed you a couple pairs, Kevin, that I paid $40 for in Ross, and then I resold on eBay for like $220. So
Yeah,
a lot of these golf shoes they take off. So definitely keep an eye out on these. And as always,
for sure.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. usually the drop time for sneakers drops. And it sort of just depends. The way you can kind of almost gather if it's going to be any good is look at the current resale value before they're even available for sale. If it's pretty high, they're going to do pretty well. Like those J Balvins were at 800 before the drop. So you could tell that right now, I think they're at 555 for that pair of shoes. And right now we were looking at some before this. I don't know, what are they called? Not the Concords. They look like the Concord golf shoes, but the Concord cleats. What was the one that we were looking at, the black ones earlier before we got on this live?
I think wasn't it the 11? Oh no, Ambush.
11.
Ambush Dunks.
Okay, so it was something that we were looking at, and right now the resale, they haven't even been released. They're supposed to be released tomorrow, and the resale is $246. The retail's $190. You can tell that those are going to be a complete bomb. But when you see beforehand and before the drop, if the price is extremely high, they're more than likely going to be really good shoes. So the J Balvins were $880 before the drop, which is why I was going crazy. I was trying to get high on my own supply and I ended up big fat loser. So, all right, let's talk about some upcoming drops, and let's talk about the success before we actually get into upcoming drops. Let's talk about the success on our actual Discord group, which you can still get in. We've got a couple days before we actually remove everybody that is not either a paying member or a successful member. And by successful member, I mean, have you copped or have you sold? That's all that matters in here. We want winners. We want people that are taking action. We don't want people just sitting around twiddling their thumbs saying, oh, should I buy this? Should I buy that? We like people that take action and want to make some money. So Hybrid, man, I think he's got me. He's got 6. I think I got 6. The only thing I got extra is I got one from Costco with a Spider-Man game, a controller, and some kind of blue little 1-month card. So he got 6, but he got them the easy way. He walked in the store, picked up 4 one time, then picked up 2 more. I mean, Kevin, how jelly are you here?
This is crazy. I mean, Hybrid, I gotta give it off him. This guy's a hustler. He's actually braving the cold. I think he's out in Nevada, if I'm not mistaken, but he's out there. He's hustling. He's waiting up early in the morning, waiting in line to get these. So he's definitely out there hustling. So I gotta tip my hat to him.
Yeah, me too, because I've done it the easy way. I just sat at my desk and pushed buttons. But, man, this guy's out there really hustling. So good for you, Hybrid. Hybrid also got this Xbox, which I've never actually even seen one of these boxes. So I've got one that's on its way, but I've not seen the actual box itself. And it's not just Hybrid having success. Take a look at Gerard here. Dumbbell set $550 on eBay. Here are the power blocks that we've been talking about. These roll around quite often. So if you have an opportunity to get these, yes, you can sell them on eBay, but you can also sell them on Craigslist. Either one will work and they will sell. I'm telling you guys, these are in a huge shortage of these. There was a recent article on the reason behind that and how there's some kind of shortage in China regarding these, and they're being dropped here and there, but people are having to work out from home. I mean, I seen some people that were on lockdown that before they were on lockdown, they were in super shape. And then I saw them later and they were like, gained 30 pounds. And I was like, oh, is that you? Oh, hey, what's up? I don't know if that's happened to you, Kevin, but you haven't really been out too much. But yeah, unrecognizable people out there. And as a result, these are going to sell pretty much evergreen.
For sure.
All right, so let's see what else. Oh, I want to tell this story to you guys, but take a look at George here, who is actually, his actual real name is Cuervo. So I call him Cuervo. Why? Because he's one of my favorite bartenders in Miami. That's why. So I met Cuervo. He became one of my favorite bartenders. I used to hang out at his bar all the time. And I put him in the group. I said, dude, you want to make some extra money? He told me, yes. I put him in this group and check it out. He sold one of those scooters that we were talking about on Cyber Monday, sold that thing for cash money. And then on top of that, he sold the Post Malone Crocs. I want to say he sold them locally for $340. So he's out there hustling. And I saw him not too long ago. He just invited me out to the club the other day ago. But again, I got my bartender in here, guys. This is how much I believe in this actual system. This is how much I believe in this actual business, that I would actually recommend it to my friends and my family members. And this is one of those people that is actually taking action. So Cuervo, next time I see you, buddy, shots are on me. Do you know Cuervo, Kevin? I don't think you've met him.
I don't think I have, but he's out there. He's
Oh,
hustling
yeah.
too.
You definitely met him. I took you to Cultura.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you know Cuervo. So even Kevin knows
Yeah.
Cuervo. You see, like that's what I'm saying. Like this guy, we know him. He's a hustler. He's out there. He's bartending. He's actually selling Crocs now and selling whatever in the heck he can, scooters in this case. So way to go, Cuervo. Next drink is on me, buddy. All right, and then we have. I'm probably gonna butcher this name. I'm sorry, Shy Bialoon. That's my best shot. And Shy Bialoon sold their very first ever console on Mercari of all places, the Xbox Series X. Here's what they got in total. But like I said, you can sell on Craigslist, you can sell on Facebook Marketplace, you can sell on eBay, and clearly now you can even sell on Mercari. So have you ever tried Mercari, Kevin?
I've never tried selling something on Mercari, but I've definitely perused it to like buy things. So Mercari is definitely a viable market. But this is all stuff that we're going to actually teach in the next module of our course, where we're going to actually explore all the different selling platforms online, so you guys can like diversify and just increase your chances of getting a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, a lot of people out there having success with all different types of platforms. Pick the platform you like best, put it on all platforms, do whatever it is that you want to do, but things will sell. And if they don't, what's the best part about this business? You can return them. Like there's stuff that I return.
Absolutely.
We can't always pick them all perfectly, but here is something that Kevin did call out, but I never even looked at them. I didn't even know these existed until he told me about them today. Kevin, you want to tell people a little bit more about this product, why you're bullish on this product, what this product sells for, and if they can still get this product?
Yeah, so these are, if you guys haven't heard, these are the newest Apple AirPods. They're called the Apple AirPod Maxes. They're wireless, over-the-ear, sort of like noise cancellation headphones from Apple. These ones right here, from my understanding, until the end of the year, Apple's not like the quantity that they have in stock queued up for manufacturing is all they're going to have. So these are extremely limited. Right now, they're being dripped out slowly in, Best Buy, I think Target and Amazon. So I put this hit out earlier this week to say, hey, be on the lookout for these, because these go for, in California, all in $550 tax. They're going for anywhere, depending on the color, about $800 to $1,000. So these are definitely some things that you want to cop. I think if you purchase them now, they ship out on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So these are coming out. I would say the ones to go for, black and silver, are probably going to be the best selling. But there's also a green one and a blue one, and I think that's the pink one in there up on the left-hand side. The pink, the blue, and the green. Green, I think, is the most limited stock. They're just not going to make that many of them. But these are going to be winners for sure. They're going to be rare right now as Christmas gifts. And I mean, the best part, again, you could just return them if you can't sell them. But one really cool thing is these are actually, and this is a big tip that usually is only reserved for our private Discord members. You can actually sell these on StockX, where people have already put multiple bids out on them, and you can take instant buyers. That's instant profit right there. So this is going to be a big. I think this is going to be a big seller.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know if I would actually rock these to replace my earbuds. I think my earbuds are the best thing ever that they made. What are they? The EarPods or whatever that Apple has?
Yeah, AirPods.
Too big. And I think I would 100% stick with my Bose. I don't think they're going to have the best sound, but I think anybody that's up Apple's ass is going to buy these. Like all the people that line up for the 12, all the people that line up for everything that Apple comes out with, which is a lot of people. I see them still right now to this day. I think they're going to be like pretty good money, in my opinion. I think you're absolutely right, Kevin. And like you said, where can people still get these if it's even possible?
Yeah, so I would say Amazon is probably your best bet right now, especially if you want something that's like quickly shipped out. And so one of the cool things about this is that because they're not shipping out until the 15th, if you actually put this on eBay and you sell it, you can actually change the shipping address directly shipping out to the client and save on that shipping cost.
Yeah, wow. I wouldn't have known these were even out. I had no idea Kevin was the one that actually brought this to my attention. So that goes to show you how much attention I do pay. When I get focused on one thing, like right now it's the PS5, that's all I pay attention to. And right now for me, the things that I'm focusing on are PS5s for the immediate future, and Pokemon is it. Like everything else, I've lost attention span for it, and now I'm on to the next big thing. So awesome. And of course, that's why they are still the cops of the week. So you want to have a look out for these and make sure that if you see them available, you grab them. And as Kevin just mentioned, there's many different ways to sell these, including drop shipping them straight from Apple. So keep an eye out on these. I did take a quick look at the sneakers app. I didn't see any shoes that I would personally want to grab. So I don't have any to recommend. I don't think you do either, Kevin. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think sneakers now to the end of the year is nothing too crazy, but in the future we'll definitely start lining up good shoe flip profits, whether they're for instant flips or for just like things that you can invest and store away for a couple months.
Right, absolutely. So, all right, let's see if there's any questions here. That's all we got right now, but let me go in and jump into the questions and then get out of this mode here. All right, let's see what we've got. So we've got a lot of questions, a lot of comments. I just sold a shirt on Mercari. Well, congratulations. That's badass, Fabiano. Chris says, oh, that's already got you, Chris, there. I approve that tattoo. Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people would approve it if they know the story behind it. If they don't, they'll be like, check out that tramp stamp. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Barbie. I appreciate it. Barbie says she loves my can-do attitude. Yeah, I believe each and every one of you can do this. It's not that difficult. You just have to sometimes, like when you first start, it's almost like you're throwing shit at a wall and you got to figure out what it is that you like, which one sticks, and then you just roll with that one and you ignore everything else. The hard part is avoiding the shiny object syndrome that comes along with this, because you'll see so many things out there available and you'll feel like you're missing out if you don't cop something. But again, the beautiful part is even if you cop it and you were wrong about it, you can return it. So Fabiano says, I have 2 American Girls in hand. It depends on the style of American Girl, Fabiano. When you go to Marshall's, how are you supposed to know what sneakers are selling for? I did a video on that, Chris. I can try to find it. It's I tried the sneaker side hustle, the first one. I tell the exact process that I actually use to do that. So I'm going to start posting sneaker finds in one of the rooms after I get the Pokemon channel. So the Pokemon channel is my first priority. After the Pokemon channel gets up and running, we're going to put up a channel that shows not only how to shoe bot, how to do stuff like that, also drops and monitors for shoes, but we'll probably even jump into what's available at your local stores like Marshall's, Ross, and Burlington. Post Malone Crocs, yeah, they did good. Where can I find the Pokemon channel? You'll see it. It's actually in the Discord group. It's under Pokemon. What is it? Pokemon channel, right? What is it called?
Yeah. It's under, let me check real quickly. It's called Pokemon Flips.
Yeah, Pokemon Flips is what it's called. Pato, no worries if you got in late. We're going to have this up on replay pretty much quickly and easily. Can you leave some room for newbies on Discord? Yeah, there is or you wanting a whole chat room for newbies, Fabiano? That might actually be a good idea. So I'll talk to everybody about it. Hasi says made nothing on the internet. I mean, this really, like, you really got to just do nothing at all to not make money at this. Like my bartender made money. My bartender made money with this. He's my bartender for crying out loud. He has no internet experience whatsoever. I put him in here a couple weeks back. He made money on this. So what does that tell you about it? What else we got? Made nothing. I'm eagerly awaiting my coins. Yeah, I think I saw you got those. Did you not? Or they were graded already? Shiny object is killing me. Yeah, Chris, don't try to get everything because you're going to get bombarded. You're going to get shiny object syndrome. Try and focus on something. Once you find something that sells, just stock that thing. Like, for example, for me, it's Pokemon cards. So Pokemon cards, I've always sold. I know the market. I know it very well. And I did the weights for a while, which were great. Now I'm into PS5s because I know the hotness of consoles during Christmas. And I love the shoes. Like the shoes I sell, I think I sold a pair of shoes every day this month on one platform. I didn't even show you guys my GOAT sales. So the only reason I even knew about GOAT was Kevin. About it. And eBay, I had lots of shoe sales too. But all right, any last words from you, Kevin? I think we kind of got all the questions here.
Yeah, I would say just stay consistent, guys. There's a lot of deals out there. I would say definitely do your due diligence before you buy something. What we put out there, because of a factor of like we're trying to give you guys the deals the quickest. We might not always know whether or not something is going to sell immediately. So I think it's just patience and diligence when you guys are going out there and purchasing things. We're going to try to do our best to bring you the best content out there. But other than that, guys, you guys should stay safe and let's finish out the year strong.
Yeah, I got the Kanto cards at Walmart. So I'll see. I think they are on the alerts, but there's been very few Kanto releases. It's kind of crazy. Our Valentina says, "How much are you selling the Pokemon in tin trade cards?" I only got those 3 sets that were on the Black Friday deal on Target, and I'm holding those. So as soon as I decide to sell those, I will notify you guys. But those were purchased to hold because I predict the value of those will go up dramatically in the next 3 to 6 months. How do I get in touch with Kevin? Discord. Yeah, Kevin's on Discord. He's LA Leakers on Discord, so he's on there pretty much all the time. So any one of us is available on Discord. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for joining us on a Friday afternoon, guys and girls. As usual, good meeting you, Barbie. Thank you for stopping by. And I'm glad that you joined us here. Yep. Awesome. And questions or comments below, post them below here. I always answer every single one personally. I really care about your success, and I hope that you guys get out there, take some action, and stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy world. And also remember, wherever there is a huge disaster like this, there's always an opportunity. So constantly be looking on it and look at the bright side of things. There's always a bright side, no matter, even if zombies took over the apocalyptic world, we could find a way to sell bullets, guns, and brains. So, see you guys later. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Have a good one. Take care, guys.